Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Henry, and today's topic is one that so many of you have been asking about: how to speak English fast and understand native speakers. And trust me, this is something every learner struggles with at some point. Exactly! So, in today's episode, we're going to break it all down. Why native English speakers speak so fast, what makes it hard to understand them, and how you can train yourself to both speak faster and understand them more easily.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah, your co-host, and yes, this is a big one. We get tons of messages from learners saying, I can read and write okay, but when I listen to natives, it's like they're speaking another language. Or, I want to sound more fluent, but I just can't speak quickly without freezing. We'll also share practical tips, examples, and even do a little fast talking practice together. And don't worry, everything we say will be slowed down and explained clearly, so you can follow along no matter your level.
So whether you're commuting, doing chores, or sitting down with a notebook, we're so glad you're here. You're going to get a lot. All right, let's start by talking about the real struggles English learners face when trying to understand native speakers. Because, let's be honest, it's not just about speed.
So true. Speed is just one part of the problem. One of the biggest issues is connected speech native speakers don't talk word by word. They blend everything together. For example, instead of saying, "What are you doing?" we say, "What you doing?"
Exactly. And if you learned English in a classroom, that kind of sentence might sound completely foreign. It's like, wait, what did they just say? Even though you know the words.
Another big one? Slang and idioms. Native speakers love to use phrases that don't make sense if you translate them literally, like hit the sack means to go to sleep, or it's not my cup of tea means I'm not into it.
Right. You don't realize how much casual English is full of expressions, and learners aren't always taught these. So when a native speaker says something like, "Want to hang out later?" or "That movie was a letdown," it's confusing if you've only learned formal English.
Yes, and then there's the issue of different accents and dialects: American English, British English, Australian English. They all sound different. Even within one country, the accents can change from city to city.
Totally. A New Yorker, a Texan, and a Californian all speak very differently. And that's not even counting fast talkers, mumblers, or people who use regional slang.
And of course, let's not forget the confidence factor. Even if you know the words, you might freeze up when trying to speak quickly. You're thinking, am I pronouncing this right? Am I using the right tense? Will they understand me?
Yup. That fear can make people speak slowly, or avoid speaking at all. And the less you practice, the harder it gets. It's a cycle.
So to sum it up, the main struggles are 1. Connected speech and fast pronunciation, 2. Slang and idioms, 3. Accent and dialect differences, 4. And confidence issues.
But don't worry. We're going to help you tackle all of these today. It's not magic. It's practice and awareness. And anyone can do it.
Absolutely. Let's jump into why native speakers talk the way they do, and what you can learn from that.
Okay. So we know it can feel like native speakers are talking at lightning speed. But why do they actually speak so fast?
Great question. And honestly, it's not that we're trying to speak fast. It's just how natural speech works in real life. A big reason is something called connected speech.
Yeah, this is where sounds link together or even disappear. Like instead of saying, "I want to eat it," we say, "I want to eat it." And then, even faster, it sounds like "I want to eat it." It's totally normal in casual conversation.
Exactly. And native speakers do this without thinking. It's automatic. So if you've only heard slow, clear textbook English, it can feel like a whole different language.
Another reason is elision. That means we drop sounds altogether. For example, friendship might sound like friendship, or camera becomes camera. We skip over sounds to make speaking quicker and smoother.
Yep, it's all about efficiency. Our mouths and brains are lazy sometimes. We try to get the message out with the least effort. So over time, English evolved to be faster and more fluid in casual speech.
Then there's reduction, when we reduce words like going to gonna, or want to wanna. So instead of I am going to let you know, we say I'm gonna let you know.
Did you hear that last one, let you becomes letcha? That's really common too. And those little changes are what make English sound fast but also natural.
Another thing to remember is the rhythm of English. It's a stress-timed language, which means we stress certain words and reduce others. Like in the sentence, I want to go to the store, the stress is on want, and store, everything else gets kind of mumbled.
Right? We focus on the meaning words, verbs, nouns, adjectives, and the rest gets shortened or said really quickly. So learners often miss those small words because they're said so fast and softly.
Exactly. But the good news is once you understand how this works, you can actually train your ear to catch it. You'll start noticing patterns, and soon it won't sound so fast anymore.
And we'll show you how to do that in the next section, where we give you practical tips to improve your listening and actually understand native speakers.
Stick with us. It's about to get really helpful.
All right, now that we understand why English sounds so fast, let's talk about how to actually train your ears to keep up with native speakers.
This part is huge. A lot of people think listening is just passive. You just sit there and try to catch words. But really, good listening is active.
Exactly. One of the best techniques is called shadowing. Have you heard of it?
Yes, shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker, like in a video or podcast, and then immediately try to repeat what they say, almost like you're copying their voice in real time.
It feels weird at first, but it's super powerful. You learn how natives link words together, where they stress, how fast they speak, and your brain starts to pick up the rhythm. It's like training your ear and mouth at the same time.
Another great tip? Watch English shows or movies, but with a twist. First, watch with English subtitles, not your native language. That way, you connect the sounds with the written words.
And then the magic happens when you watch it again without subtitles. You already know what's going on, so this time you're focused on listening. Try to catch the connected speech and reductions. And don't forget about mimicking. Just take a clip, maybe one line from a show or interview, and practice saying it exactly like the speaker. Same speed, same intonation, same emotion. You're not just learning English, you're learning the music of English.
And don't be afraid to pause and rewind. If you miss something, go back. Replay that sentence. Say it out loud. Make it part of your brain's memory.
Yes, repetition is your best friend. Hearing the same sentence 5 or 10 times is totally okay, especially if it's real English from real conversations.
Another tip is to listen to podcasts like this one. Audio-only content forces you to really focus, and you can slow it down at first if you need to.
That's a good point. Most podcast apps let you adjust speed. You can start at 0.75x speed, then move up to normal speed over time. And eventually, you can even challenge yourself with 1.25x.
You can also try dictation, listen to a sentence, and try to write down exactly what you hear. Then check it against the transcript or subtitles. It's like detective work for your ears. Ooh, I like that, the music of English. Because that's what it is. Stress, rhythm, tone. It's not just about words, it's about flow.
So let's recap a few of our top listening tips. 1. Shadow native speakers. 2. Watch shows with and without subtitles. 3. Pause, rewind, and repeat. 4th, try dictation and transcription. 5. Mimic short clips with real emotion. 6. And use podcasts to train your ears, just like this one.
You don't have to do them all at once. Pick one, practice it daily for 10 to 15 minutes, and you'll notice results.
And now that your ears are getting stronger, let's talk about how to get your English speaking up to speed, literally.
Coming up, how to speak faster naturally, without sounding like a robot. Okay, so your ears are warming up. But now, let's flip the script. How do you start speaking English faster, more fluently, and more naturally?
Right? Because a lot of learners think they have to speak fast to sound fluent. But here's the truth, speed isn't the goal, fluency and flow are.
Exactly. Speaking fast doesn't mean rushing your words or sounding like an auctioneer. It means speaking smoothly, without too many pauses, and being comfortable linking your words together.
So the first tip is think in chunks, not individual words. Instead of saying, I am going to the store, try saying it like one unit, I'm going to the store, or even faster, I'm gonna gotta store.
Yes, and this is huge. Native speakers speak in phrases, not single words. If you train your brain to think in phrases, your mouth will follow more easily.
Tip 2. Use contractions. Say I'm instead of I am. Say she's instead of she is. Not only does it sound more natural, but it also helps speed things up. I am not ready becomes I'm not ready. Much smoother, right?
And don't be afraid of reductions. We talked about these earlier, like gonna for going to, or wanna for want to. Native speakers use these all the time, and so can you in casual conversation.
Definitely. Of course, in formal situations, like a job interview, you'd use full words. But for everyday English, reductions make you sound more natural.
Another tip: practice tongue and mouth movement. English has a rhythm, and your mouth needs to get used to the flow. Try saying tricky phrases quickly, like tongue twisters.
Oh, I love tongue twisters, like, she sells seashells by the seashore. It sounds silly, but it really helps you build muscle memory. The more your mouth practices fast combinations, the easier it becomes to speak smoothly.
Also, don't forget to record yourself seriously. Use your phone and read out loud or repeat after a podcast. Then listen to yourself. You'll hear what sounds natural and what feels awkward.
So here's a quick recap on how to speak faster. 1. Think in phrases, not single words. 2. Use contractions and reductions. 3. Practice tongue movement with fast phrases or tongue twisters. 4. Record yourself and listen back. 5. Don't aim for speed, aim for smooth flow. Yes, listening to yourself helps you catch what you can improve. Maybe you're pausing too much, maybe your rhythm is off, but the good news is, now you know what to fix.
And here's a mindset tip. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for progress. It's okay to make small mistakes. Fluency comes from confidence and consistency. And remember, the more you listen to native speakers, the easier it becomes to copy their style and rhythm. Speaking fast is just the result of lots of natural practice.
And speaking of practice, in the next section, we're going to do a fun little demo where we speak fast, break it down, and invite you to practice with us.
Yes! So, get ready to repeat after us. Real English, real speed, but with support. All right, now it's time to put everything we've talked about into action. This is our practice segment, so feel free to pause, repeat, and speak along with us.
We're going to show you what real fast English sounds like. Then we'll slow it down, break it into chunks, and help you say it naturally.
Let's start simple. Here's a very common sentence. Fast. What you gonna do later? Now, let's break it down.
That sentence comes from, what are you going to do later? But in natural, fast speech, it sounds like, what you gonna do later?
Let's say it slowly together first. What are you going to do later? Now, a little faster. What are you gonna do later? Now, native speed. What you gonna do later?
Awesome. Okay, next one. Fast. I don't know, maybe grab some coffee, which is short for, I don't know, maybe I'll grab some coffee.
Let's break it down again. I don't know. Maybe I'll grab some coffee. Now, say it more naturally. I don't know. Maybe I'll grab some coffee. Now, native speed. I don't know. Maybe grab some coffee.
Great. Let's add one more with a little slang. Fast. Let me know if you're free, original. Let me know if you are free.
Try this slowly. Let me know if you are free. Then medium speed. Let me know if you're free. Then native speed. Let me know if you're free.
Here's one more that's really common in daily English. Fast, did you see that movie last night? Which means, did you see that movie last night?
Say it slowly first. Did you see that movie last night? Now medium speed. Did you see that movie last night? Now native. Did ya see that movie last night?
These reductions, whatcha, lemmy, didya, gonna, dunno, they're not just lazy, they're natural in spoken English. And using them makes you sound more fluent and understand native speech more easily.
Here's a short mini conversation. First, we'll say it at native speed. Then we'll slow it down and explain. Hey, what you up to tonight?
Not much, might grab a bite. You.
Same. Let me know if you want to hang out.
Cool, will do. Hey, what are you up to tonight? What you up to tonight? Might grab a bite to eat. Grab a bite. Let me know if you want to hang out. Let me know if you want to hang out.
Practice saying each of those lines. Pause the podcast if you need to, and repeat after us.
You can also record yourself repeating them, then play it back and compare with our version. You'll notice over time, your rhythm and speed improve.
And the more you do this, the more confident you'll feel in real conversations. You'll start to hear these patterns when others speak, and you'll naturally begin to use them yourself.
Learning fast speech doesn't happen overnight, but with regular practice like this, you'll absolutely get there.
Let's keep building on this. Coming up, we'll share our favorite tools and resources that can make your practice easier and more effective.
So if you're wondering what tools can actually help you practice all of this, don't worry. We've got your back. There are so many great resources out there.
Yep. Let's start with something super simple. YouTube. There are channels that focus specifically on native speech, connected speech, and fast English. A couple we love: Rachel's English with Lucy and Real Life English.
Also, podcast apps. You're already here, listening to us. But go even further. Try listening to podcasts like The English We Speak from the BBC Luke's English podcast or All Ears English.
And remember, you can adjust the playback speed, start slow, then move up. It's a great way to train your ear gradually.
Next up, language learning apps like Elsa Speak or Speechling. These help with pronunciation and give feedback on how native you sound.
For listening and shadowing, we love using Youglish. You just type a word or phrase, and it shows you video clips of native speakers using it in real life. Amazing for understanding context and rhythm.
And for subtitles and real conversations, try Netflix with Language Reactor. It lets you see subtitles in English and your language at the same time. Plus, you can pause and replay any sentence instantly.
Last one for now, Anki, or any flashcard app. But here's the trick. Don't just study vocabulary, add full phrases and even audio that helps your brain store the rhythm of real English.
The key is using tools that help you listen, repeat, and speak regularly. Don't just study English live with it a little bit each day.
And remember, you don't need all the tools, just pick one or two that you enjoy and build a habit.
Coming up, we'll wrap up today's episode with some motivation and final thoughts. Don't go anywhere.
All right, we're coming to the end of today's episode. And if you made it this far, give yourself a huge round of applause. Seriously, you're putting in the work, and that matters.
Absolutely. Learning to understand and speak English fast isn't about being perfect. It's about making progress. And you're doing it one step at a time.
Let's quickly review what we covered today. Why natives speak so fast. Connected speech, reductions, and rhythm. How to train your ears with shadowing, repetition, and listening tricks. Tips to start speaking faster naturally with flow, not pressure. Real practice examples you can repeat every day. And powerful tools you can use to keep improving.
And here's the biggest thing to remember. Don't rush fluency. Speed comes from confidence, and confidence comes from consistency. Keep listening, keep practicing, and you'll get there.
You've got this, and we'll be right here every week to guide you on the way. Bye for now.
Thanks for tuning in to the English Learning Podcast. If you found this episode helpful, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a session.
Until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep speaking. And that officially wraps up this episode of the English Learning Podcast. Thanks so much for spending your time with us today. We know you could be doing anything, and we're glad you chose to learn with us.
If today's episode helped you understand fast English a little better, or gave you new ways to practice, we'd love to hear from you. Leave us a comment, or even better, share this episode with someone else learning English.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe or follow button on your favorite podcast app or YouTube so you don't miss future episodes. We've got so much more coming to help you grow your skills.
And hey, keep practicing. Even just 10 minutes a day makes a huge difference. You're doing better than you think.
All right, until next time, stay motivated, stay consistent, and keep speaking English with confidence. See you soon.